How do I aspire India to achieve in sports in coming years? Being a sports person, I aspire India to be in the leadership board of top quality events such as Olympics. If you look at the Olympics of 2021, 3 out of the 7 medals were won by women athletes, and we need more of that. India already has a large youth population. And being a country with maximum youth population, I think with right quality nutrition, infrastructure and promotion, India can achieve that, as we already have mass participation at the local levels. 24-year-old Neeraj Chopra could get national anthem played at an international level because he had access to facilities from a very early age. His talent was groomed by best infrastructure facilities, and we need more of that so as to achieve what we all aspire as Indians. Jai Hind.
I aspire India to be more self-reliant when it comes to defense purchases and increasing the military power in India, firepower in India. Apart from that, I also aspire India to be under the Atmanirbhar scheme. India has already laid focus on becoming self-reliant, and it has increased its joint venture partnerships with HAL and other companies like Lockheed Martin and Dassault Aviations. In the aviation sector as well as defense sector, India has laid more focus on increasing the foreign direct investment, which has increased from 50% to around 80% in the last 3 years. And I would like that to increase more because that gives an opportunity for local players to be directly influenced, to gain direct support of foreign players, and that gives them the more opportunities. Apart from that, India has also increased its women participation in the forces, and which is bound to increase more, and it's a good initiative and it should increase further.
Hello everyone. I believe that the healthcare sector is booming in India, but still there's a lot of room for improvement. I, having worked in the healthcare sector, have 3 main aspirations from Indian healthcare system in the near future. First, there's a lot of disparity among the urban and the rural distribution of doctors in India. Hence, many people are not able to reach the doctors. So my first aspiration will be summing up this disparity in the healthcare sector. Secondly, more centralized schemes like Ayushman Bharat with their proper implementation so that healthcare system is affordable to all. This will be my second aspiration. And third, in India, still people are not very well aware of the proper nutrition and the healthcare and the health benefits of health. So my third aspiration would be spreading awareness regarding the same. Thank you.
Global merchandise trade has been continuously increasing, and in order to maintain this rate, we need to keep focusing and promoting our domestic manufacturing industries. A lot of policies have already been launched to achieve this goal. The corporate tax rate has been reduced to 22% for all firms and 15% for all new manufacturing units. Apart from that, various production-linked incentive schemes have been launched, which for the first time will incentivize production rather than incentivizing inputs. In order to maintain this rate, we need to keep focusing on increasing our exports, and the opportunity of integrating India into a global value chain cannot be passed.
As a person who has had experience working in a startup, specifically an edutech startup, what I have felt is, especially from the recent budget, the government has been very conducive to startups in India, and not just that, because of venture capitalists, Startup India initiative, and all those things. I feel like the environment in India has been great, especially for tech entrepreneurship startups, and not just that. The evidence would be that just 2 years ago there were only 44 startup unicorns in India, but now there are like more than 100. I think there are 105 startup unicorns in India, and 4 of them are even decacorns, which is a great thing. So as of now, what I think is India has a great potential for startups. A lot of people have come up with a lot of great ideas, and startup culture is booming. But what I think could be one pitfall is that a lot of startups, I think around 70 to 80% of most of the startups do not succeed. So what the government should do is provide them seed funding or make business incubators so that they actually get the legal and financial or any sort of mentorship that they require, so that their idea actually reaches to the world and their enterprise is profitable. Jai Hind.
Hello all. I'm an avid investor in Indian stock markets. Coming back to the point where our Indian markets have seen a significant foreign portfolio investment of 5,000 crores alone in July and 8,480 crores in August itself. Now, what's the reason behind that? It's very clear that the valuations of huge corporates or blue chip companies have gone to a sustainable mark where now it has regained the confidence of both foreign portfolio investors and the high net individuals. And this has actually liquidated into a good numbers of the buying of shares in Indian markets. And this has directly affected to me and to the many retail individuals who invest their money every day in stock markets. Considering the point where India is growing towards its commodities and towards its goods and services, I have a very strong connect that it's going to rise more. Jai Hind.
India is known as the land of diversity, and it's considered as one of the richest country in terms of culture. And agriculture plays a very important part in it. With its allied sectors, it's unquestionably the largest livelihood provider in India, more so in the vast rural areas. It also contributes a significant figures to the gross domestic product, sustainable agriculture in terms of food security. Government has played a very important role in providing the policies and the right framework for in terms of for the growth of farmers, and we know that not in terms of GDP, India will be able to produce much more in the coming years. Jai Hind.
As we are approaching the 75th year of Indian independence, we can see India going in the next 10 years, we can see India going through a developmental phase where all the industries, say it manufacturing, services, should be seen as growing in leaps and bounds, and we would be in the topmost trajectory of the world in most of the spaces, and we hope that we would be able to compete and be in the topmost economies in the world.
Move into the 75th Independence Day, I take immense pleasure in acknowledging the fact that India is one of the strongest economy in the world. Even though the entire world is facing recession, the Indian economy is still going strong. And India is leading the race in Industry 4.0, which has resulted in high-tech technologies being produced in India and used all over the world. And the Indian government is also focusing more on its budget to ensure that the economy is robust and still going very strong. The Indian government is focusing on MSMEs and startups in its budget. It has also increased its capital expenditure through the budget, which has been helping the entire economy to still keep going strong in the face of recession. After looking at all these facts, I'm very certain that India will become a 6 trillion and the third largest economy in the world by 2026. Thank you. Jai.
Just 15 to 20 years ago, nobody thought that India would be the startup factory it is today. We are currently a home for more than 100 unicorns that are changing not only Indian but global digital landscape. And this is exactly how fast we are bringing new technology to the market. With Industrial Revolution 4.0, we are actually focusing on building technologies or products which are capable of reaching the farthest corners of India, especially rural India, where the technology has not even touched base yet. And in the next 15 to 20 years, this will enable us to become more digitally literate and inclusive, which will further reinforce all the engines of our growth. Jai Hind.
Public service delivery is an integral part of ascertaining a growth that is equitable and sustainable for the citizens of this country. In the 76th year of independence, I dream of an India where there are newer parameters for public service delivery, which results in last mile delivery and non-wastage of resources.
Writing after engineering made me realize that writing as an art form is a lot more inquisitive than it looks from the outside. And I'd love for more people to realize this. Moving forward, my vision for the next 15 years of India would be for a greater number of people to win the International Booker Prize, just the way Gitanjali she did it this year, so that writing, not just writing but art in general, becomes more mainstream in India. Jai Hind.
Being part of the youngest population of the world, India is set to be on the track of ultimate succession and progression. By the efforts of a government which promotes startup culture, industrial revolution, and also promotes young people to come to the forward and take this new India into the onset of this new century, I really believe that India of next 10 years or 15 years is on the right path. I also believe that it is very important for us as citizens of India, as the freshers of India, to work in tandem with the government and provide them with the extra support that they are providing us with. If both the parties work in tandem with each other, I truly believe that India is on a quick success track, and we will have one of the largest superpower of the world going forward. So on this Independence Day, I wish and ask all of you to help us and help our government in building a better India. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.